Hey you guys, today we're going to be breaking down Nano Arms. This form change is associated with Blitz form and is triggered by the Nano Gear Keyblade. The transformation starts with Sora pulling the Keyblade over his shoulder and twisting around before raising his Keyblade into the air. The tip of the Keyblade emits a burst of light and pieces of data appear around Sora. The data covers the Keyblade as he brings it back down. Sora brings the Keyblade back behind himself and lets it go. The blade of the Keyblade changes and the handle of the Keyblade grows bigger. Sora jumps into the air and lands on the glider that the Keyblade changed into. He then flies in a circle a couple of times before jumping off and grabbing the handle of the Keyblade. When he does, the handle grows smaller and the blade of the Keyblade changes into a blade with two smaller blades on the sides of it. The glider is extremely similar to the glider that Ventus can transform his Keyblade into. The logo shows the words Nano Arms, with the O being Baymax's face. The fist seen in the combo finisher is seen here with it punching forward every couple seconds. Bits of blocks and purple data fly back behind it as well. There's also Baymax's armor wing as well as the Megabot that Hero made. During the finisher, the Megabot glows purple and the wings spread apart as nano spikes push upwards. A purple effect can be seen spiking out, and purple blocks of data can be seen as well. The combos are a little different for this form change as most of the attacks are copies of previous form changes. The attacks at the beginning of the combo are just normal attacks that Sora does while in his base form. The first unique attack is this dash attack with claws. I believe this is a copy of Blizzard Claws, since the Nano Arms copy has a more vertical looking claw, and there are points here that seem similar to the Blizzard Claws look. It's interesting that Nano Arms copies a flow motion attack. Data simulates the air effects around Sora, and he does not actually fuse the claws together like Blizzard Claws does. The next attack is the combo finisher for Hyper Hammer. He swings the hammer around before smashing it into the ground. We can see blocky cracks in the ground as well as data coming up from the ground. The combo finisher has Sora creating a giant fist above his hand as data blocks form in a circle around it. They change to a purplish color as they move upwards around the fist. Sora then brings the fist down in front of himself and shoots it forward. The air combo has the same combo finisher. Just like the ground combo, the first attacks of the air combo are simple strikes from Sora's base form. The first attack that is copied is from the Clock Drill air combo finisher. We can tell that the Clock Drill was copied because we can see a cog here in Nano Arms. Blocks and data circle around Sora simulating the air effect seen in Clock Drill. The next attack is one of the Twin Yo-Yo's combo finishers. Sora turns around and flips backwards as he spins the yo-yos around himself. Data can be seen instead of the sparkles from the original form change. Like I said before, the combo finisher is the fist seen in the ground combo. There are a couple of situational attacks though that are copied from other form changes. If you are above an enemy, Sora will copy the Hyper Hammer's ground pound. Blocky cracks appear in the ground similar to the effects from the hammer attack in the combo. If you are below an enemy, Sora will copy the Storm Flag rising attack. Nano Arms has blocks and data trailing behind it instead of a red streak. If enemies are far away, Sora will copy the Twin Yo-Yo's form change, hooking his yo-yo into the enemy and pulling himself towards them before kicking upwards. Magic in this form change is the same as the magic Sora uses while in his base form. The dodge in Nano Arms copies the Blizzard Claws dodge. These dodges can damage enemies if Sora runs into them. The block actually copies the reflect ability from Guardian form. If you look closely at the shell that Nano Arms creates, you can just make out the hexagons seen in the reflect shell in Guardian form. Nano Arms has a grid as well as nano blocks that circle out around Sora. If an enemy hits your shield, you can counter, which again copies Guardian form. The grid and nano blocks expand around Sora and blocks of data can be seen inside the area. The idle animation is the same as the idle animation when Sora is in his base form. He gets into a ready position and looks around for enemies. The shot lock for Nano Arms is a copy of Twin Yo-Yo's shot lock. Data circles Sora's hands and can be seen floating around him as Sora creates two portals from data blocks. Instead of yo-yos coming out on the other end though, spikes shoot out from the portals. Also, the Nano Arms shot lock can target 24 enemies, while the Twin Yo-Yo shot lock can only lock onto 18. The finisher has Sora creating a portal above himself and jumping into it. This disappears and then multiple portals appear that shoot at multiple nano spikes. At the end, the spikes have a purple data effect on the tips of the spikes. The portals disappear before a single portal appears, which Sora flips out of. This seems to be an original attack and not copying one, though it seems strange that the same types of portals and spikes that were used in the Twin Yo-Yo shot lock are used here. This is just speculation, but I wonder if this was an earlier version of the Twin Yo-Yo's finisher. Sora could have jumped into his portal and shot at multiple yo-yos damaging enemies. We do know that Sora's yo-yos have a purple effect on them during the shotlock attack, so it could have a purple effect on it during this finisher as well. Anyways, that is all for the breakdown. Now let me give my thoughts and opinions on this form change. I really like the idea of this form change, but I didn't find myself using it a lot. It's good and feels like the best attacks all lumped into one Keyblade, but I just didn't enjoy it. It feels a little unfinished or thrown together. The copy mechanic is really cool, but I think it would have been more fun if we could choose which ones we could copy. I have an idea of what I wanted Nano Arms to be, but I'll save that for another video. Going back to the logo, it seems weird that 2 out of the 3 items are not even in this form change. I may be wrong, or maybe I missed something, but why have the Megabot and Baymax's wing in the logo if they aren't used in the form change? It really makes me wonder if this was a completely different form change that got changed at the last second. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoy, why not consider subscribing or sharing this with someone you think will like it. If you want to see my breakdown on Highwind and Stormflag or on Rage Form, click the cards on the screen. I also have a Discord server as well as a Twitter, which you can get to by following the links in the description below. See you in the next video.